Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you? I'm very happy to have you here for this video today. This is probably one of the most special videos I've done on my channel. And yeah, I'm in a mood, y'all, also. And also lighting, I don't know what's happening with lighting. I'm really frustrated with it, so just bear with me. It might be time to actually invest in some new lighting. But anyway, what we're doing today, actually, is so a while ago, and by a while ago I mean years ago, Emilynoel did a video that I think is fantastic, one of the best videos she's ever done, and she has done plenty, and it was called like Little Makeup Joys or Makeup Joys. And she was talking about the idea that when you really love something, when something is a hobby for you or a passion for you, like makeup is for her and so many of us, right, you can really find joy in the small things about doing makeup and beauty and all of that, right? Like the finished product is great. That's beautiful. Love that for us. But also just in the daily actions of like putting on your makeup, what are those small things that really make you stop and go, I'm so grateful to be in this moment right now. I'm so grateful to even have makeup to put on. I'm so grateful to have, you know, options to choose for. You know what I mean? So I loved that video. I will link it down below. I definitely think it's worth a watch. It's one of the best videos she's ever done. And I go back and watch it often, honestly, even when I'm like kind of sad or something, because I related to a lot of the things that she mentioned in that video. And tying it back into my channel, that's going to work out very well, y'all, because if I'm honest, I'm very down. I'm very sad right now, kind of going through it. And yeah, I just am, you know, life be lifing sometimes, and she definitely lifing. So I thought, why don't I talk about some small things? Because I was going to sit down and do my makeup with y'all, but that just didn't really feel right for today. And so I was like, well, why don't I talk about some small things that make me happy about the process of doing my makeup? And then I thought about Emilynoel's video, and I was like, oh yeah, I always said I was going to do one, and then I never did. And honestly, y'all, that video might be like 6-7 years old. So again, I will link it. It is absolutely worth a watch. But let's talk about some of my makeup joy, some of the small things that trigger gratitude and thankfulness and this feeling of appreciation and fullness for me as I go through the process of doing my makeup. So I wrote down a few things that I wanted to mention. I haven't watched Emily's video in a while, so I definitely know that we had some similar things. But I might have some things on here that she didn't mention. I don't remember because I haven't watched it. But honestly, after this, I'm probably going to go watch that video, because that video, I'm so glad that video exists on the internet. Honestly, it's one of the best videos that's in the beauty space. Okay, I will stop talking about it now, but if you have not seen it, you need to watch it, okay? But yeah, hopefully you'll understand what I mean as I talk about some of these things, right? I'm not necessarily talking about like, oh, I'm just so grateful for this bronzer, which I am, but right, like it's the steps for it. So anyway, the first thing that I put down is the first time you do your makeup after cleaning all your makeup brushes. Honestly, like that could be a whole video. Can we just stay there for a minute? I felt clean makeup brushes are such an underrated flex. Like there are, like right now, right? And mind you, I have a ton of makeup brushes over there. All my makeup brushes are dirty, okay? And I did do my makeup today, and it is just not the same as when all of your brushes are clean. And that triggers gratitude in me for a lot of different reasons. Like, first of all, like I'm so grateful to be able to sit down and actually have what I need, and then also what I want to do my makeup, okay? And then, right, I'm like picking what I want to use, right? And just, but when they're all done and then you put them down, and a lot of my brushes have like white tops to them. So when they're clean, all of this is like white. And then especially like, let me see if I can find one to show y'all. So when this brush is clean, the top right here is all white, and then the black, right? I love it. I love to see it. And I also love like when you're cleaning your makeup brush, and as you slowly start to clean it, you see the product coming out, and you see the makeup brush going back from being like this brown color, right? Because I obviously did my makeup with it, to the fresh, clean white color. I just, gratitude trigger. I love it. I love it. And sometimes, you know, doing your makeup, like cleaning your makeup brush, like, oh, you know, because I always let mine pile up, and then it's like, oh, I don't even want to do this, right? But I'm trying to be more like, oh yeah, like I'm enjoying the process of just cleaning them as well. So All of those things trigger gratitude for me. And then, to be honest, like, when I have all of them clean and I sit down at my vanity over there in a little corner in my living room, I'm telling you, I'm convinced that that is how Picasso felt. Like, I just feel like the possibilities are endless. I'm just like, what do I want to do today? How do I want to look today? I just, underrated, love it, love everything about that experience. So that is my first makeup joy. And then my second one is similar with also cleaning. Actually, I didn't bring one over here, but you know, when you have your makeup sponge, okay, and it's dirty and you start to swirl it and whatever you use to clean. I actually use a solid cleanser for my sponges. I only use that typically for my sponges. But once you start to work it in and then you squeeze the sponge and you can see the product coming out the sponge, I might even enjoy that even more than seeing it come off the brushes. And then when you're done, it's like the sponge is all spongy. It's all spongy and like wet, but it's back to the original color. And maybe it's because a lot of the sponges that I have are pink. So they go from being like this like murky, weird brown color to like this really pretty pink color. And I just love that. I love cleaning my sponges. A lot of times, even if I haven't cleaned my makeup brushes, I will clean a couple sponges for the week and I will use my sponges to do my makeup and then use my fingers for everything else. Because I really try not to use dirty brushes on my face just because I'm very acne prone, but that's a whole different video. But yeah, so that cleaning process for brushes and sponges, I really enjoy it, and it just really makes me feel a level of gratitude, you know? So yeah. And the next one, now I think Emilynoel did talk about this, but I can't remember in which way she talked about it, but I want to talk about magnetic closures on makeup. I feel like that is one of the small luxuries in life. Magnetic closures. I specifically love a magnetic closure on an eyeshadow palette, but I don't mind it on a lipstick either. And this lipstick right here, this is actually an Estee Lauder lipstick that I picked up from TJ Maxx. I've never even owned an Estee Lauder lipstick. And y'all, what is it? I could do this for so long. And this particular lipstick, like I said, is the Estee Lauder lipstick. And it's a pure color lipstick in 862 Untamable. And it's not what I'm wearing today, but that's what it is. It's like a very pretty, like mid-tone pink color. But that magnetic closure, I love it. And I also brought over here like a newer product to me that I did talk about on the channel. I will link it if you want to see my thoughts on the new Hourglass Lotus palette. But y'all, this also has a magnetic closure. And like I said, like it's just... it's satisfying. Like when I open it up, I'm excited because I'm anticipating closing it. When I close it, it's a small luxury that really makes me feel very good. I look forward to it and I just enjoy it. When I'm doing my makeup, it never fails throughout the process of doing my makeup. If I use something that has a magnetic closure, I'm just like, I don't know. I get a little giddy. I do. I get a little giddy. And you might think I'm kind of tripping out right now. And maybe I am. But I don't regret it. And I feel what I feel. And I said what I said. So there's that. And then the next thing is, so what did I put down? The next thing is, okay, so this kind of pertains to like when I'm actually putting the makeup on my face. But okay, you know, when you're sitting down, okay, picture this, go with me. You've primed, you have on the foundation, okay? And depending on when you do your eye makeup, you might even have your eye makeup on already. And then you're at the step where I specifically talked about concealer here, but I realize this also applies for blush for me too. So when I'm at the step in my makeup routine where I'm gonna put on concealer, I love that. I love that. I love the action of opening up the drawer and looking through my concealers and picking one out and deciding what I feel, what texture, what formula is going to go with it. And I feel grateful that, like, you know, I even can go in this vanity and pick these things out, you know, and I don't want to ever get so jaded that I'm just like, well, of course I should be able to go in my vanity and pick it out. Like, girl, maybe not, of course, you know what I'm saying? So I just love that. And also when I pick out my blush, like when I pick out my blush, I just like looking at all the colors and textures and formulas and touching them and swatching them. And it triggers happiness for me. It triggers gratitude. And it's the good feeling. Do you know what I mean? And I think that especially like a lot of times, right, I'm doing my makeup in the morning. So I like the fact that those feelings are kind of bubbling up inside of me in the morning, because then I find throughout the rest of my day, ideally, right? I'm not saying this happens every day, right? Especially in the last couple of weeks. Like I said, I've been on the struggle bus. Okay. But I do my best to try to be looking for other things to be grateful for, no matter how small. And I'm not perfect at it at all, but I definitely try to do it when I can. And sometimes I force myself to do it even when I really don't want to, because I think that might be when you need to do it even more. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my spill on that, but for sure triggers the feeling, trigger the good feelings. And then the next one is sometimes, like, if I'm down, I feel like somehow this makeup video feels very vulnerable to me, but if I'm like down or sad or anything like that, which, like I said, right, like I've been feeling that way, I will just go sit at my vanity. Sometimes I will go sit at my vanity and maybe I like watch something on my phone or like a YouTube video on my phone, but sometimes I go sit at my vanity and I swatch stuff. Am I the only one? Like, please tell me I'm not alone in this. Like, please tell me I'm not alone in this. But I go swatch stuff, and specifically like my lip products, lipsticks, and eyeshadows, I will just go swatch. And then like I remember different stuff and I'm like, ooh, I haven't used that in a while. Like, I want to pick that color out, or I want to try that color with this, or what about that eyeshadow with this lipstick? And I feel so much gratitude. I really do. And the other thing that I feel like that lends itself to really well is then shopping my stash and picking things out that I already have and being like, you know what? I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that on purpose. And both of those things, I think, build up feelings of gratefulness in me. So yeah. And, oh, I guess the other thing, right? And I feel like I've kind of alluded to this, but truly, this is a part of the process as well, because 9 times out of 10, I'm doing my makeup at my vanity. Now, there are times where I'm getting ready really quickly. I'm slapping that makeup on quickly, you know, sitting on my bed or in front of the mirror in the bathroom. But when I can, honestly, y'all, the feeling of walking over to my vanity, like as I'm walking over to my vanity, I'm like, I know what's about to go down. And it's about to be a good time. I don't care if I'm just putting on tinted moisturizer and lip balm, or if I'm doing full glam or anything in between. I'm like, it's about to be a good time. And so sitting down at my vanity, and don't let it be a day that I have actually cleaned my vanity off. And so we have a clean space. We have a clear space. I love that feeling. Is it just me? Do you just feel some next level excitement when you sit down at your vanity, especially when you have cleaned your vanity off? And let's be clear, I feel the level of gratitude also, like, not to get deep for a moment, but to get deep for a moment, because, and I don't know why this makes me emotional, the fact that I have a vanity. For so long, I did not have a vanity. I did not grow up with a vanity or anything like that. And when I did get into makeup, when I first started with makeup, I was sitting on my floor in front of like my little mini fridge, right, from college, doing my makeup on the floor. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, okay? And I did that for years. But when I finally got to a place where I could get a vanity, I saved up and purchased this vanity for myself. It's one of the IKEA vanities, you know, that you see all over YouTube. I have it in black. I absolutely love it. And I never fail to not sit down at that vanity and remember that, like, there was a time when this vanity was like something you really, really wanted. And for so long, you could not have it and you could not afford it. And then you got it and you saved up for it, you know? So that in itself triggers gratitude for me. But then, like I said, when I sit down and like all of my little makeup items are around and I'm just like, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I just feel so excited. I feel so excited and just, yeah, I just feel, tell me you're relating. Tell me you're relating to something I'm saying. But the next thing is hitting pan on products. I feel like as a beauty lover who has plenty of makeup, okay? Right? And I feel like sometimes we can get caught up because we're like, oh, well, my collection isn't as big as that person. True. But not all of us, but a lot of us have decent sized collections. I know my collection is definitely decent size for just me. Nobody else used this collection but me. It is a personal collection, right? And I love it. I love my things. But with that being said, I feel like when I hit pan on products, is it just me? I feel so validated as a beauty lover. I feel so validated. It's like, yes, I am using these things. They're serving a purpose. Even if that purpose is they make me happy, that is a purpose in my life. That is a purpose in my life. Now, actually, I was about to go off on a tangent. That does not matter. But the point is, when I hit pan on something, and I brought something over here to show y'all, this used to be my favorite bronzer of all time. And this was also the only bronzer that I had for years, because for years I could not find a bronzer in the drugstore to save my life. And then Makeup Geek came out with a line of bronzers, and Makeup Geek is discontinued now. It makes me sad. I should have definitely bought another one. This is the Makeup Geek bronzer in the shade Burnish. Now, I don't love the name, and at first I didn't mind the name, but after years of saying the name, I'm like, why do the other shades have really cute names and then this shade is burnished, like burnt? I don't love that, but nevertheless, this is still, I compare every bronzer to this bronzer. So this is still my favorite bronzer, if I'm honest. Like, this really is top favorite bronzer. And I hit pan on it in a decent sized pan, if I don't say so myself, or if I do say so myself. But yeah, something about, I love the anticipation, like the buildup when you see the pan coming. But then once I hit that pan, I'm like, yeah, I sure did. I did that. And I am proud to show off my pan. As you can see, this bronzer has been very well loved. So yeah, she got a lot of love. Okay, y'all, my phone actually just cut off on me and told me that there is no more space on here. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up really quickly. And I think that is my sign that I need to figure out my camera situation, because I don't actually like filming on my phone, especially when I have a camera. But anyway, let's try to wrap this up really quickly and hope this works out. But I love, and I have had this for a while, okay? But this, you know, when you have a new product, specifically with eyeshadow palettes, and the mirror is covered, and I have had, oh my God, oh my goodness, I love that. And then it's like you have this huge, wonderful, beautifully protected mirror. Y'all, I have had this for at least a year or two, and I had never taken that off, okay? And sometimes I wait to take these off because I know when I can only experience it once. I can only experience it once. And I just want to replay that thing in like slow-mo or something. But I love that. And yeah, so I had some other things I was going to mention. We might have to do a part 2, y'all, because I don't have storage left on my phone. And now I'm very concerned about being able to export this video. But thank you so much for watching. Please share with me those little joys, anything about the process of doing your makeup, going through the act of doing your makeup that just fills you up and makes you happy. Let me know that I ain't out here alone, you feel me? Because I know that there are a lot of us that just, we love the process of doing our makeup, and it's for more than just the finished look. With that being said, thank you so much. And finally, honestly, I appreciate y'all so much